All right, so I suppose we'll go ahead and get started and I'll start talking about the game. So, three, two, one, go. Thank you. So, this is Super Mario Land. It's kind of like a Mario, not Mario, Mario game, you know? Um, Physics are strange. You plummet like a rock. Uh, it's a difficult game in general, but you've probably played it, and that's awesome. It came with a lot of Game Boys back in the day, or actually I think Tetris did, but this is one of the launch titles for the system. It actually celebrated its 30th anniversary this year. Um, the first world is relatively easy. I don't want to jinx anything, but there are plenty of very difficult stages coming up. Uh, so one of the, I suppose, start talking about one of the more difficult things about this game are these moving platforms, which you'll see a lot of later. You can make a jump off of those platforms as long as Mario is within one frame of when, let's say you're mid jump and you're within one frame of being able to land on the platform, you can jump again. So we're going to abuse this later in 3.3 with what are sometimes called bun jumps. Um, but for now, we're just going to zoom in through these levels, avoiding some piranha plants.
So, what kind of cycle are those platforms on? Are they like timed to the level, or are they global, or what?
I believe they don't start until they're on screen.
All right.
So there's not much challenge with that unless you end up accidentally scooting too far over to the side or something. But ideally, you're holding B and right, you know. But that was the first boss. One of the well, really the only other than subpixels. Let's not talk about subpixels.
Oh boy.
One of the RNG elements of this video game are the prizes at the end of these bosses. So all I'm going to do for speed's sake is hold A and get whatever it lands on, whatever it starts with. Um,
Wait, you mean that wasn't the real Daisy?
oh no, it's a shocker. It's in another castle. But
I thought she was in New Donk City.
that wasn't. I don't think that was
No,
out
that
yet.
was Pauline. I'm bad.
So
It confused me because she was red on this screen.
so here we go. This is one of the more challenging stages. Do the fish skips. We'll play it a little safe. Not
Oof.
quite too safe, but so there's definitely things that can go wrong on this stage, as you can see. Play it safer. Um, I won't be going for impossible jump, but if you look right here, that little brick below me, you can get a very precise jump to jump over having to go through what I call the jail, which is where I landed and jumped out of. It's a super precise trick. A lot of really good runners can do it. I haven't started implementing it in my runs, but it's really awesome to see people get it. One of our fellow runners of this game, Ape, a Japanese runner, he goes for it and gets it almost every time. It's really awesome to see.
Sound doesn't quite sound as impossible as it actually, as you name it.
Yeah, well, maybe, maybe.
Oof.
Okay, so coming up is 2-3. Just gonna zoom in through this stage. 2-3, which is an auto scroller and fun. It's almost like Felix. Um,
Mm.
so if there's anything you have or want to plug, it's
Well, we
plenty of
did
time.
have a few more bits dropped in chat from Jimothy Slim again and Jay Nashty. So thanks for that.
Thanks, guys. Those are my brothers. Thank you.
Well, all right then.
So we're a submarine. We're shooting at seahorses and fish, and also there's some octopus, and that's the stage. So, um, something I can go ahead and show you all. There are two different versions of this game. There's the initial launch release, which is the 1.0 version, and then basically any of the post-release versions, which are generically just referred to as 1.1 versions. Um, Something unique about the launch version of this game is that on these autoscroller stages, when you're being pushed out, you actually screen wrap. As long as you hold the left button, you actually screen wrap, and I'll demonstrate here. As long as I don't hit a fish. Might hit a fish. There you go. I hit a fish. But
Ooh.
I shouldn't have demonstrated.
No.
So anyway, you screen wrap, which is kind of neat. Something I'm not going to go for, but something that is very much a part of the speedrunning of this video game, is on 1.1 versions of the game. I'm sorry, 1.0 versions of the game, you can screen wrap near the end of the stage and end up landing on the switch behind the boss before you even see the boss. So you just complete the stage. And it looks really weird because it looks like the game froze, but it's actually just playing the fanfare and you're completing the stage. So, you know, that's a pretty fun little trick you can show off, and it's definitely something to be proud of if you can master the trick. Admittedly, I normally play this game on emulator, so where I'm very well versed in keyboard, I'm not quite as confident on controllers, so I won't be going for it today. But it is a very cool trick. There's the end of 2-3.
All right.
Alright, so now we'll begin the hard part of this video game, which is World 3. World 4 is probably less difficult than World 3, so just going to try and focus, might not talk quite as much. And,
It's
yeah.
real serious time.
Yeah. I'm going to try and nail as many of the difficult tricks as I can. I'm always happy to see lives. Ideally, in a speed run, in like a PB attempt, your specific rewards you want, but in a marathon setting, I'm definitely happy to see the lives. All right, here we go. Okay. So we have what are called the rock skips coming up. First one. Second one, and then spike skip. So we're just going to use our iframes to walk over the spikes. And we were out of there. That was a really good stage, actually. So
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you. So 3-2 can be a very nerve-wracking level. There's a lot of tight jumps, but mainly there's just a lot of enemies on the screen at any given point. So especially in a casual playthrough, this stage can be very intimidating. I'm gonna play it safe here. There's a faster way to get through those bugs, but just not gonna lose the life. Oop, need that. Ooh. So again, we're gonna do a spike skip, just iframe through them. Hopefully make this jump. Made it, and then we're out of 3-2. But yeah, that level can certainly be a point of game overs for newer runners or casual players, just because there's a lot going on. Now this is arguably one of the hardest stages. Let's see if I can get him.
So, oh, go ahead.
No, go on.
Yeah, for those of us who are uninitiated in this game, I noticed there's 2 exits in these levels at the end. Is there a difference between those 2?
Yes. So the upper exits will give you another prize room, similar to like beating a boss. So it's an opportunity to get more lives. It's definitely a safety I would be taking if I felt like I needed to.
But yeah, for speed purposes, not something you really want.
No. If you're not going for a top score, you know, it's certainly something you might consider doing to stay in the game. But yeah, you generally want to skip them speedrunning. So on that stage, you could see us doing the platform skips, or sometimes called bun jumps. They're really tight jumps. I'm really happy I got them the first time because it's definitely something that can put you on tilt. You have like 1 or 2 frames to get those jumps, so it's pretty cool. Now, here, it's actually very important to get the fire flower because right off the start of the stage, if you have the fire flower, you can just blast through those enemies rather than having to wait for them. So in an ideal speedrun, that's what you'd want to see. I'm just going to hop through here, and we're going to have a pretty cool star grab coming up, hopefully. Yeah, got it. Okay, so now we're going to run through all of this area rather than having to wait for it. Sorry, go ahead.
Sweet, sweet royalty-free invincibility music.
Yeah. So, I lost it anyway. Dang. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. It actually is faster to make it through that stage without picking up the superstar, but it would involve you having to make very precise power super ball, because it's not a fire flower. You're not shooting fireballs, you're shooting a super ball. Shots through that whole section that sorry, I'm gonna do a backup here. Through the section with all those piranha plants, you'd have to precisely hit each one of them as you got to them and not stop moving. So it's a very difficult thing that has only really been done in Taz's. But ideally, you could do that level faster. But if someone is able to do it eventually, someone's able to do that eventually, then that's very next level. But currently, that's really the only area of this video game that we're aware of that you can save much time.
I've decided that this world of Super Mario Land is full of like genetic abominations from the actual Mushroom Kingdom. You've got like Koopa Troopas crossed with Bob-ombs. You've got launchers coming out of pipes like they're piranha plants. Nothing's going on. Everything is weird.
They got the same hitbox though, the piranha plants. So that's completely off.
So non-existent.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so now we're on the final stage. It's another auto-scroller. It's a big relief. There's not too much that can go wrong here. Generally, like, there's a way you can actually screen wrap off of the screen and hide in the area, like, to the right, I guess, when you screen wrap, where you won't get hit at all. I don't exactly know how to do it, and I just kind of like shooting at bad guys, so I'm just going to shoot at bad guys, but you can't really save any amount of time on the stage itself. But there is time to save on the last boss, and I don't know how the world record holder managed to beat the boss so quickly, but it is a sight to behold, and I challenge anyone out there that is interested in running this game to beat that boss kill, because it is very impressive. So I'm actually not going to pick up the superstar, and it's something I didn't want to mention before now, because I didn't want to jinx it.
In case you wanted to pick it up accidentally?
It's actually, it's kind of a very nerve-wracking thing with this video game, is that any superstar you pick up at any point on any stage, it doesn't matter, can actually lock up the game. When the superstar wears off, there's an audio bug that can happen, and it just locks up the game. I'm glad it didn't happen. It doesn't happen very often, but that's definitely a thing with this video game, so yeah.
Wow. Seems like the sort of thing somebody might have figured out what actually causes it by now, but who knows? Oh, are we about to screen wrap? Whoa!
Got him. So you have to
Nicely
skip
done.
through that whole area.
Yeah.
I was gonna try and panic, be like, "Oh no, my controller broke," but then I didn't want anyone
guess
to
it doesn't.
actually panic.
I guess it doesn't technically save time because of the auto scroller, but
No, it's just swag, you know.
yeah. And I mean, you basically get to take a little break.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
All right, so here's the first mini boss. It's down, and now the last boss. See if we can get him before he goes up over the stage. Not quite. Oh, we did. Yeah,
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Sorry, time. And
That was a 1346 or so.
Okay, awesome. It's a good run. So I just want to say thank you to SpeedGaming Live 2019 for this awesome event and for having me. Thank you to my friends and family and viewers that are supporting me in this speedrunning adventure. Wanted to shout out Odeer, and it's OH_DEER. He's got a huge wealth of knowledge for both Super Mario Land 1 and 2, and he also does a lot of the verifications for Mario Land 1. And then I also wanted to thank Darby and Angry Lanks for kind of inspiring me to speedrun. But in the meantime, there's this banger playing, and I'm talking over it, so enjoy. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed.
All right. Thank you once again to Retroverse. Good job on that run.
Sorry.
Once again, this is the SpeedGaming Live 2019 This is our speedrunning marathon section. We've got, of course, powered by Twitch here. And this is the speedrunning marathon section. We've got more runs coming up here in a bit. I believe the next one scheduled is the Lion King by Poison Curls. So we'll have a Lion King any percent run coming up. And